All right, let's dive right in. We're going to explore this incredible idea from the legendary Jim Rohn. And it's this: your entire life can totally pivot on a single day. Seriously, not a year, not even a month, but one powerful, emotional day that just changes everything. I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a pretty bold claim, right? Can you really fix your whole life in just one day? Well, according to Rohn, the answer is yes, but maybe not in the way you think. See, the change doesn't happen on the outside first. It all starts with this massive, profound shift on the inside. And that shift is what sets everything else in motion. And that quote right there, that's the absolute core of this whole thing. See, Jim Rohn believed that these huge life changes are almost always sparked by really powerful, raw emotions. We're not talking about just fleeting feelings here. These are like seismic shifts in how you see the world. They're so powerful that going back to the way things were before, it becomes literally impossible. So let's get into it. This isn't about some slow, gradual improvement plan. Nope. We're talking about a single defining moment. A day where something just clicks. And suddenly, a new life doesn't just feel possible, it feels absolutely necessary. Okay, so how does this happen? Well, Rohn pointed to 4 specific emotions that have this incredible, life-altering power. Think of them as catalysts, you know? They're the things that can propel you from where you are right now to where you truly want to be. And understanding them, well, that's the key to unlocking this whole thing. And here they are: disgust, decision, desire, and resolve. It's best to think of these 4 as a kind of roadmap. Each one is a totally distinct emotional state. But when they start building on each other, man, they can create this just unstoppable force for change in your life. All right, let's kick things off with the first one: disgust. Now, this isn't just about being a little annoyed or unhappy. No way. This is a deep, gut-level feeling where you finally say, I have had it. Enough. It's that point of no return where you are just no longer willing to tolerate your own mediocrity for one more second. Rohn tells this powerful story about when he was 25, totally broke, and a little Girl Scout comes to his door. And he had to lie to her. And in that one moment of pure shame, he just said, I have had it. That was the day his new life began. You know that feeling. It's that sick feeling in your stomach when you watch someone you love buy the cheaper can of beans, not because they want to, because they have to. That moment of disgust, it can be the most powerful starting gun you will ever hear. Okay, next up is decision. And I love how Rohn described this. He called it a moment of inner civil war. You know what he's talking about, right? That knot in your stomach when you know you have to choose a path. It's tough, it's emotional, but making that firm, solid decision, that's what finally lets you move forward. And so often, the act of just deciding is way harder than the work that actually follows. Just think about it. The simple act of clearing out a list of decisions you've been putting off, that can give you enough momentum to last for years. So whatever it is, just get it done. The third emotion on our map is desire. And listen, this isn't some casual wish like, oh, I'd like to have a nice car. No, this is a deep internal fire, the kind that burns inside you. And the key thing here is you can't just manufacture it. It has to come from within. But, and this is important, it can be triggered by almost any human experience. So Rohn's advice on this is to just stay open. A song you hear, a book you read, a conversation you have, even a really painful experience. Any one of these things could be the spark. He said that when you build these walls around yourself to keep out the disappointment, you're also keeping out all the happiness. You gotta let life touch you. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful emotion of all: resolve. This is it. This is the moment you make a real promise to yourself. It's when I should or I'd like to completely transforms into I will. I mean, think about it. Those might be 2 of the most powerful words in the entire English language. You know, Rohn said the best definition he ever heard for the word resolve actually came from a girl in junior high. And it's just perfect in how simple it is. Promising yourself you will never give up. That's it. That's the whole commitment. It's like you're climbing your mountain and you tell yourself, look, I'm either going to be waving from the top or you'll find me on the side, but I am not coming back down. Okay, so you feel these powerful emotions, right? That's one thing. But what's the next step? What actually turns all that feeling into real, tangible results? What's the trigger that makes it all happen? It's one word: action. You have to do something. I mean, all the faith, all the disgust, all the resolve in the world,
It's totally useless without action. You have to translate that powerful feeling on the inside into actual, disciplined work on the outside.
And this is the razor's edge. Rohn talked about this thin line. On one side, you have affirmation without discipline, and he called that the beginning of delusion. It's basically just wishful thinking, right? But on the other side, you combine that same affirmation with discipline, with action, and that's when you get spectacular, world-changing results. If you want the ultimate example of this principle, just look at history. After the horrors of the Holocaust, the Jewish people made this incredibly powerful affirmation: never again. But they didn't just say the words, they didn't just wish for it. They backed it up with unbelievable discipline. They built a nation, they built an army, a navy, an air force. That is affirmation with discipline. That's the raw power of matching your words with your actions. So after hearing all of that, we get to the final part of this. And this is where we turn the spotlight directly on you. This isn't just about some abstract concept anymore. Now it's about your life, your potential, your day. And the first question you've got to ask yourself is the big one. Why? I mean, really, why should you even bother? Why put in all the effort, read the books, set the goals, go through the struggle? It's the most fundamental question there is when it comes to motivation. But you know, the most powerful answer to why is often the question that comes right after it. Why not? Seriously, as Rohn would say, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do with your time here on this planet? Why not just see how far you can push it, how much you can learn, what you can really achieve? And let's make it even more personal. Why not you? You see other people out there doing incredible things, right? They're seeing the world, they're building businesses, they're having these amazing experiences. Why shouldn't that be you? Why isn't it you sipping a coffee in some cafe in Paris or watching a sunset over the desert in Arizona? Why not you? And finally, this might be the most urgent question of all. Why not now? Why put it off? Why wait for next week or next month or next year? The day that turns your entire life around, it could be today, right now. That decision can be made this very second. But here's the final and absolutely crucial piece of the puzzle. All that emotion, the decision, the desire, it has to be channeled into a plan. Because a game plan is what turns a wish into a reality. Without it, it's just a wish. So the real question to leave you with isn't just why not now? It's what's your plan, starting right now?